Peace in, peeps! What big pile of shift are we going to dig into today? I'm Steph, and welcome to Steph's Shift Show, the place where headlines meet the heart, where heroes remind us what's possible. Here we uncover hidden biases, call out broken systems, and shine light on bold solutions. Because shifting the conversation is how we build better people, stronger communities, and lasting personal peace. Peace in, peeps. Welcome back to Steph's Shift Show. Thank you for joining me for another powerful episode where we are getting lit, living intentionally today. And I know you guys are, because I'm hearing about it and I'm seeing it and you guys are sharing. So, yay! I'm so proud of you. And I'm excited to share that a new series is going to start next week here on Steph's Shift Show. And I have a special guest joining me again. We are going to dive deep into some wicked themes that are so relevant right now in the world we are living. I've got a question for you. Have you ever felt labeled or judged? Have you ever felt like you followed a wizard who was a fraud? Have you had to choose between fitting in and standing up? All of those themes are part of the magical movie and musical of Wicked. So we're going to get lit, living intentionally today with these powerful themes. Wicked is everywhere. And whether you are a Wicked fanatic like myself or not, I believe the themes in that magical movie are going to give us an opportunity here on the Shift Show to be intentional and to see ourselves in characters and to create shifts, because we are here to live days with more yays and less yucks. What are the best movies able to do other than just entertain us? The best movies move us. Often they hold up a mirror and we see ourselves, we identify with a character in the movie. And Wicked is absolutely one of those stories. Here are several of the themes that are relevant today that are behind the magic of Wicked. I mean, being labeled and judged. Do we think that's going on in our society? Do you see that in your own life? What about questioning authority when others follow blindly? How about choosing authenticity over fitting in? What about standing up for what's right, even at a high cost? What's the power of true friendship? And what about taking the leap when fear says, stay stuck. It's scary. It's hard. These themes are all about you, not just Oz, not just ELPHABA and GLINDA. But let's talk about them for a minute, because you might see yourself in one of these characters. I'm going to describe them for you if you don't know. And I want you to see where you might fit in, because there's ELPHABA. She's green. She didn't choose her green. She came into the world different. But with that different, she was labeled, she was judged, she's an outcast. But she's smart and she's fiery and she's got a mission and she knows what she believes in and her values. And she's all powerful. But she has to see this in herself. Do you feel like you've been labeled, that you've been judged? And is there a way to shift and stop trying to change yourself and start owning your power? Do you see yourself in that? Do you see yourself in ELPHABA? Or maybe you see yourself in GLINDA. She is choosing popularity. She is loved by all the people. She flits about with her positivity and her popularity. And she's blonde and beautiful and a people pleaser, and she's obsessed with being liked. And she chooses popularity over her true friend. Do you see yourself in GLINDA? And maybe you see yourself a little bit in Fiyero because he's dancing through life and he's taking it all very surface level instead of deep, meaningful connection. And what that might take to be vulnerable to do that, to stop performing and start living with purpose. And then there's that character of the wizard. I mean, wizard is like loud and booming and powerful and has all the magic. But have you pulled back the curtain on any wizards in your life that maybe aren't all powerful? Have you been following a wizard? So you can see just in these 4 characters that maybe there's parts of you that are in parts of each one of them. And we're going to talk through these themes and we're going to be intentional with our shift. And here's what happens in the story of Wicked, right? So ELPHABA and GLINDA, they're opposites, and yet they develop a genuine friendship. The moment of truth is when ELPHABA discovers the wizard is a fraud. He's been using fear and propaganda to control people and oppress the animals in the story. And ELPHABA has a choice. She can go along with the wizard and be accepted and just go along, or she can stand up for what's right and be labeled wicked. She became labeled for flying off and choosing clarity. And she chose to stand up and defy gravity. GLINDA's choice. She could fly with ELPHABA, or she could stay and choose popularity and the popular system. And she chooses to stay. So ELPHABA becomes wicked for defying corruption. GLINDA becomes good for staying in line. But what does it really mean to be good? And who gets to decide? We live in a world of labels. We live in a world of wizards. We live in a world where maybe we're dimming our light. Maybe we're performing. Well, Wicked gives us an opportunity to ask smarter questions of ourselves. And the truth is, you don't need a wizard's permission, and you don't need GLINDA's popularity, and you don't even need green skin. You just need to be you, the all-powerful, the all-magical you. And you might choose to shift out of the people-pleasing, out of the label, out of the judgment, out of the blind following to create days with more yays and less yucks. Yay! So, choose your shift. First, today, I want you to think about yourself in one of those characters. Which one do you really identify the most with? Do you identify the most with ELPHABA of being different, being labeled? Do you identify most with being GLINDA, people pleasing? Do you tend to identify more with Fiyero, dancing through life without deep meaning or purpose? Ask yourself and just identify, because where we're going to take you for the next 8 weeks is going to be amazing. Stella's going to join us with all of the studies and research in psychology behind human behavior, connection, broken systems, biases, limiting beliefs. We're going to go deep into these and give you a chance to shift, to create days with more yays and less yucks. So here are all of the themes. Next week, we're going to talk about the green effect and how labels shape your reality and how you can choose new ones. Then we're going to talk about the wizard that has no power, questioning authority without losing respect or being disrespectful. Then we're going to talk about defying gravity, taking the leap when fear says stay. We're going to discuss radical authenticity when fitting in is exhausting. We're going to talk about change for good, the people who transform us. Powerful themes, you guys. We're going to talk about smoke and mirrors, critical thinking in the age of AI and humanity, and speaking up and misinformation. We're going to talk about standing for something when silence costs more than speaking up, and the shifts that we can make. And of course, you being able to take that leap and make those shifts in these brilliant themes behind Wicked. So just a sneak peek into what's coming up. We're going to give you the psychology, the research, the studies. We're going to give you the AI prompts. We're going to give you opportunities to create days with more yays and less yucks. And I hope you're going to get out there and enjoy a magical movie. Think of your favorite movie, and often it's our favorite because we identify with the hero in the story. And the hero often starts in a place of broken or challenge, and they shift. And that's what we're here to do on Steph's Shift Show. We're not here to just go along like robots. We're not here to go along with everyone else. We're here to live intentionally today. So, who do you see yourself in as a character? And what small shift can you make today to just identify and have clarity? Maybe I am a people pleaser, and I could learn how to shift. Maybe I really believe all the labels. I am too old. I am too fat. I am too lazy. I am too clueless. I am from the wrong family. I don't have. Or maybe we can just identify that we have those labels. Maybe that judgment is upon us, and we can shift out of that and defy gravity. So thank you for joining me today in Steph's Shift Show. I can't wait for this powerful series to dig in more and see how this is showing up in your life and how you're going to get intentional. So peace and peeps. Join us Monday when Stella and I jump into the green effect, labels shaping your reality, and how you can choose a new one. All right, peace and peeps. Thanks for joining us today on Steph's Shift Show. If today's conversation sparked a thought, a laugh, or a shift in perspective, subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your circle. Together, we can shift the story, build better people, and create more personal peace. Peace and peeps. See you next time.